Last episode, the 23rd NBA Finals tipped off in Mexico City, but we were the team that lost the game. The 41-41 6-seed Nets beat us with a fourth quarter comeback, outscoring us by 7 in that fourth quarter to take the game 129-126. And this right here is the first time that we have trailed in a series all playoff long. Despite 27-14 for Kylan Moore, he missed a couple of key crunch time shots, and I think if he hits any of those 3 shots that he took, he'd probably come out with the win. And we had 4 players score 20 or more points. We played some great offense, but our defense really struggled. 40 points allowed to the injured Robert Dillingham, and 22 to Zach Webb, who was also injured, but they will be fully healthy probably either next game or the game after that. But let's go ahead and find out. We're going to keep the rotations the exact same for both teams and the lineups the exact same. And we're going to see if we can answer with a win of our own here before we go back to Brooklyn for games 3 and 4. And it looks like Dillingham and Webb are both going to still be a little bit injured. If we look at the Nets roster, Dillingham is now with that green medical icon, and Webb still has the yellow one, but now he's losing less attributes than he had in the previous game, so they are well on their way to full health. But let's dive into game 2 and hopefully come out on top and tie the series up. So here we go to game 2. Once again, we host this game. But we trail 1-0, and I would like to see a lot more from John Cobb, who was scoreless from downtown in game 1, 0 for 5 from behind the arc, and 7 for 15 from the field. And game 2 of the NBA Finals has officially tipped off, and once again, Harrison Sally gives the Nets the first possession to open things up here in Mexico City. First shot, Cam Thomas off the back iron, no good, and Cobb pulls it down. I do really think that if he plays better and shoots better, then we can really come out on top here by at least a couple of buckets. But last game was down to the wire. This game might be the exact same thing. Kylan Moore opens things up here with that lay-in. Thomas driving, and that one might have been tipped away by Kim Christie, but either way, it's off the mark, and we give it right back. Kylan Moore turns it over. Thomas rises and hits his 3rd attempt of the night. Now we're tied. Dished out to Cobb. His first 3 is online. There we go. Dillingham attacks the basket and is fouled. It's the first on David Dennis, first on the Aztecs here in this one. Dillingham was the leading scorer of the game in the last matchup, dropped 40 points, passed the ball very well, and took over in the fourth quarter and gave the Nets the lead and kept his team in the game and kind of prevented us from pulling away there. He led for most of that fourth quarter. Here's Cobb, now 1 for 2 from behind the arc. Up ahead to Webb. He corrals the loose ball. Sally just gets right behind the blueprint for the basket. We are tied again at 5. Screen comes up. Dennis downhill. Throws it up over Webb to find Jarris Walker for the emphatic slam. We had Jarris Walker, Dennis, Moore, and Cobb. All of those players drop at least 20 points in game 1. Can they do it again? They all shot the ball relatively well. Not great, but relatively well. We'll see if we can have somebody have maybe a bigger offensive performance here to get ahead of Brooklyn here. Here's Kylan Moore drawing the foul on Harrison Sally. Don't forget that he got in foul trouble early in game 1, but did not end up fouling out and had 5 fouls for almost the entire fourth quarter. But we just could not draw number 6. The free throws for Kylan Moore, though, are both good. Good penetration by Thomas. Got Christie up in the air. Finds Webb on the cut, and he will score. Double screens for Dennis, but he picks up his dribble. Kylan Moore absolutely denied by Sally, who grabs the rebound on the same exact play. Incredible defensive play right there. Now Brooklyn a chance to tie or take the lead. Thomas wants the lead, and he will get it. Off the screen, a foot inside the arc, offline from David Dennis. Don't forget, last game I did say that you cannot really expect a guy like Cam Thomas to shoot that poorly like he did back in game 1. So we got to play some better defense on guys like Dillingham and Webb in this game to really come out on top. But Brooklyn has an early lead. They have shot 5 for 7 so far. Downhill again. Kylan Moore right to the rack for the deuce. Here's Thomas, baseline, and rejected at the hoop by Kylan Moore. Up ahead to Cobb, he'll try and do it himself, and there's no foul call, and it goes out of bounds off Cobb. And now Cobb gets one back off that steal. Christie will do it all by himself, and this time the bucket will go and a foul is called. That's the first on Cam Thomas, who had that turnover as well to cause the fast break, and we are back in front 14-12. Pulling up, that's a contested 3. Good shot contest by Jarris Walker. Now he gets the feed inside, and he stepped out. Screen set from Sally. Downhill, Dillingham to the corner, has Webb wide open for a trifecta. Lobbing it up, and not on the same page were Christie and Dennis. And Cam Thomas ends up with the loose ball. Under half the quarter left to play here in the opening quarter of game 2. And Webb got his own miss back. Brooklyn has a 3-point lead. Dump down low. Kylan Moore against Sally, getting physical. Tough shot, it will not go. Like I was saying, man, Sally is a really good rebounder, a really good low post interior defender. So he will give the Blueprint a couple of problems every now and then. But a good stop right there by Jarris Walker. Cobb now with it. Comes off the screen. A foot inside the arc. That one just misses. Up ahead, Sally through contact. The hoop and the harm. That's the first on Cam Christie. And a free throw from Harrison. Sally will give the Nets a 6-point cushion. Cobb with it over the top. Moore has a mismatch, and he's fouled from behind by Abdul Kareem. Mark Williams, Dylan Young on the court for the first time in game 2. First free throw is good for Moore. He's got 7 points already here in the opening quarter. The back end will get him to half of our points. Dillingham, what a pass! Avdia can't complete the highlight play. All the way up to Dylan Young. Lofted for Moore. The scoop layup with the left hand will drop in. Good pass backdoor. Claxton back out to Julian Turner. His 3 is offline. Screen from Williams. The pull-up triple just dances out for Kylan Moore. Brought up by Claxton. Open 3 for Turner. He's now 0 for 2. And we're going to push the tempo. Christie wide open. Got it with the left. A little 6-0 run to tie things up at 20. Into a 3. No good from Dillingham. He's been kind of quiet so far. Let's keep it that way. And it's jarred loose. Abdul Kareem picks his pocket and scores on the other end with the foul on Christie, his second. Sometimes you just got to let guys score on the fast break. The free throw is out, though. They can't capitalize. Jarris Walker back on the floor in place of Kylan Moore. He'll get the feed here against Denny Abdia. Now it's Cobb, guarded by Dillingham. He finds Young. His shot is blocked, and Abdul Kareem lays out for the rebound, waiting for some teammates, and now a jump ball is forced by Jarris Walker. Assists per game here in the playoffs. Dennis #1, but Turner off the bench has been a top 5 passer. And that was actually an out-of-bounds call on Abdul Kareem. So we take over, trailing by 2. Walker dished out, open 3. Christie connects from downtown. Good pass. Dillingham's 3 is absolutely blocked by Christie, out of bounds. They're going to call timeouts. In the corner, Abdul Kareem got it to go with seconds to spare on the shot clock, and I guess that was the play they drew up in that timeout. We've already traded a couple of leads here in the first quarter, and Dylan Young has been blocked on both of his shot attempts so far. Turner just misses the pull-up. Good fast break defense by John Cobb that time. And now Dennis is blocked, but he tracks it down. Can somebody give this offense some life here? Cobb has only scored the 1 time. Goes one-on-one. Drives, blocked for the 4th straight time. Nick Claxton. Gotta find a shot. Young pulls up. Misses it, but Williams gets it back. Walker for the lead. Can't hit it from the corner. A lot of chances right there to tie or take the lead. And now it's poked out, but Webb ends up with it again. Kylan Johnson out there now for the first time tonight. Misses from downtown. Got a 20-second shot clock differential here. Let's try and go 2 for 1 if we can. Walker drives, but can't finish. Layup contested by Julian Turner that time. Now we have had a cold spell develop here to close the first quarter. We'll have one more chance to put the ball in the hoop. Webb's jumper offline. We can tie or take the lead right here. Let's take advantage of this opportunity. Here's Mark Williams with it. Out to Cobb. Shot clock counting down. Has to fire. He's blocked again. That's at least 5 blocks in the first quarter from this Brooklyn defense. And they lead 25-23. Well, that was a very defensive first quarter. The paint has been on complete lockdown by the Nets here so far. Except when Kylan Moore's out there on the floor, which he is right now. So, can he lead us to victory here? David Dennis with the triple to open things up here in the second. Big shot to put us back in the lead. Can he step up while Cobb tries to figure things out on the offensive end? Here's a screen from Sally, a triple from Thomas to give the Nets the lead back. Oh, wide open at the rim, and Highland scores on his first shot attempt. How about that? He's been way better when he's been inside the paint, less so when he's taking those threes. We'll have to find out if we can play him the rest of the series, because in game 1 he shot the ball pretty poorly. If that continues, he might have to be taken out of our rotation. The putback won't go, but Sally gets it back again. And the third chance is offline from Cam Thomas. And we give it right back. Zach Webb in front of that pass. Up to Sally with the throwdown. Island back out. Good pass, but Kylan Moore can't knock it down. It gotta hit our threes, man. Now Abdul Kareem steps into a jump shot and nails it a foot inside the arc. 7 lead changes, 4 ties, but Brooklyn is working us to death right now. Dylan Young steps back, and he has had a rough outing so far. He is 0 for 4 from the field. He's got to find his rhythm. That shot is not going to count, but there is a foul called. I did see some comments talking about Dylan Young and talking about kind of what I was referring to with the upcoming contract situation, with him being being on the last year of his rookie contract, and how we have Jarris Walker and Herb Jones making a lot of money each, and we're gonna have to make some tough decisions when it comes to Walker and Dylan Young and Herbert Jones. I feel like we're gonna have to part with probably 2 of those players, and that means either allowing Young to become a free agent and potentially not matching the offer sheet that a different team might offer him, and maybe keeping Jarris Walker in his place. And I think that we've kind of proven that we don't really need Herb Jones on this team as it stands to win. We had him last year, obviously, and won pretty handily, but we've also only lost 2 playoff games to this point, and now we're in the finals without Herb Jones playing a single minute here in the playoffs. So I think Jones is kind of an easy write-off from our contracts. Walker is making the most out of those 3 players, so we just got to pick and choose who we want to keep around. Dylan Young is a really fun player, but he's been the same player pretty much the entire time in his career. I mean, he has shot the ball a bit better this year from 3, but besides that, he's kind of been the same exact guy. So we got to really think about those choices. But how about back-to-back buckets by Jarris Walker? We're back to within a 1-point game. Avdia tries one from distance, but can't knock it down. Kylan Moore the rebound. Dennis shuffles it to Jarris Walker, but he passes out. And now Highland gets the pass inside. He pumps, goes up with it, and draws the foul on Thomas, his second. And the second on Brooklyn. Bones Highland brought over from the OKC Thunder, where he had a really impressive regular season, but has not been the same player once he joined our team. A nice run by the Aztecs to jump back in front, but it's a game of runs. It's going to be a lot more where that came from here the rest of this game. Shot clock under 5. Thomas laces it from deep once again. He has had a way better offensive to this point than he had back in game 1, as I expected. Jarris Walker away downtown. Not able to respond this time. Here's Dillingham crossing over and laying it in for the deuce. Here's a screen from Cobb. Walker shuffles it. Good extra pass to Cobb, and he can't knock it down, but Kylan Moore keeps it alive with the Aztecs. Cobb shuffled. Blocked by Claxton. What a play once again. But Sally can't finish on the other side. Man, the paint defense has been impeccable by Brooklyn so far. But Jarris Walker gets one back for us. Avdia the 3. That one also misses. He's been quiet so far in this one. Walker drives and is fouled by Dillingham. Third on Brooklyn. We're 2 away from the bonus. Jarris Walker once again stepping up when it matters most. He's already got 9 points here in this one. Make it double digits. Had 20 points in game 1, and he is already over halfway there. Avdia has a lane. Hop steps right into a block and then turns it over as Cobb cuts off the pass. We're tied at 39. A chance to take the lead right here again, but it's blocked by Webb. we got to take some smarter shots here. We have taken some heavily contested double team shots. It's not how you win games against this Brooklyn team. Into a triple, Zach Webb offline. Don't want to be good with him, those open looks. Downhill, throwing it up, and it's knocked away by Webb. The alley-oops have not worked so far in this one, and they take advantage on the other end. Turner's first points will put the Nets back in front, and we're going to talk things over. And we cough it up. Dylan Young lost it. Turner forces the turnover, but Dillingham not able to lay it in. Good paint defense that time by the Aztecs. But somebody besides Jarvis Walker has got to give us some offense here. I mean, Moore had a good first quarter, but has been quiet since then. And Jarvis Walker has been our leading scorer since that point. 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Brooklyn still hanging on to their lead. Webb, catch and shoot. It's online. A 5-point Brooklyn lead. Up ahead, and Mark Williams with a really tough finish. I think that was an assist from Cam Christie. Here's Dillingham with the lay-in. It is a 5-point game. Here's Williams. Left it short. Abdia pulls the trigger, but still cannot hit from downtown. He's been quiet from out there. He's only scored, I think, once in this entire game. Maybe not even that. A 41-46 deficit for the Aztecs here. Got Cobb back on the floor. But it's Young in the corner, and he can't knock it down still. He has yet to score. And that's a Sally dunk on the other end. And a 14-6 run by Brooklyn. Young drives and finally gets himself on the board with a posterizing dunk. Yeah, it is going to be difficult to replace his athleticism if we end up losing him or just letting him walk. Here's Denny Avdia. Shot clock under 5. Sally's triple, no good. And Young with the rebounds. Cobb with it, waits for the screen. Steps back, but can't drill it. Up ahead, Turner attacks the basket, but good defense by Dylan Young. About 2 minutes left to play. We almost turn it over. Do not want to end the half with less than 50 points here, but that might be what ends up happening for us. Offense has not come easy at all for either team, really. Here's Christie behind the arc. 2-point game. Dillingham with time winding down. Steps back, but can't hit. He has still been relatively quiet here in this game. Young lost it, but gets it back. And it's kept alive. He'll drive again and score with the foul. And the free throw can put us back in the lead with 1:08 seconds left in the opening half. The free throw is good, and it's 49-48. Man, it's a game of runs, like I said. Both teams just trading runs back and forth all game long. And now under 60 seconds left to go here until the break. And Sally's wide open. Nobody's home. Mark Williams, the screen. Cobb feeds him on the pick and roll for the 2. Here's Dillingham rising and firing. Finally got a 3 to drop in, did Brooklyn. And they're back in front. Only a 2-second differential here in the shot clock and game clock. We could save for a good look and not give them a decent shot. It will do just that. Cobb drives, but he's blocked by Abdul Kareem. 4.5 to shoot. Young is blocked by Turner. And that is going to end the first half as Brooklyn once again holds on to a halftime lead, but their defense has been elite in this one. And somehow it's only a 2-point game. The second half is underway. Can we see a similar third quarter run as we saw back in game 1 to jump in front? Darius Walker rises and flushes, and we are tied at 53 apiece. And the crowd is on their feet. Here we go. This is kind of a must-win game. 2-0 is not the end of it, but losing the first 2 home games of a series is definitely not where you want to be. And now a bad screen by Zach Webb turns the ball over. This is a very similar start that we saw to the third quarter of game 1. For the lead, Christie. Oh, he lost it, and Cam Thomas steps out of bounds. It'll stay with us. And now we step out of bounds. Are you serious, Kylan Moore? Brooklyn ball. Backdoor cut. Dillingham left it short. Well defended by Kylan Moore. Can we take the lead on this trip down the floor? It's dumped inside. Mismatch for Moore. Kicked out. Open. Shooter. David Dennis. Responsible for all 5 points to open the half. And we lead once again. Good cut by Dillingham. Up and under. Deflected away by the Blueprints. The Nets have yet to score in the half. And Darius Walker cocks it back and throws it down. Into a jumper, blocked by Dennis this time. But Sally gets it back. Shot clock does not reset. It's under 5. Webb. Blocked by Darius Walker. Now we're the ones with all the blocks. Holy cow. Electric start to this second half. Can we keep it going? Dennis. Back to Moore. Picked up by Sally, steps back, but can't hit the triple. And now Sally is fouled hard by Dennis. He was looking for a dunk that time. Kylan Moore has been scoreless since the first quarter. Need him or Cobb to really give us something here, because the Nets are not going to be going away anytime soon, despite the free throw miss from Sally. The back end is up, and that one will find its way in. Good screen by Walker. Dennis fades. That one is offline. And now they lob it up, and it's knocked out of bounds by Dennis off the back of Sally. Dennis playing his heart out right now despite that earlier miss from downtown. He's been great on both ends. Dennis once again takes a little screen from Walker. He pulls the trigger but can't connect. Abdia left for Dillingham. Deep triple, but he buries it. 1 point game. Another open 3. And Walker once again not able to hit. Lucky break for the Nets that time. That was a practice shot right there. Now a chance to retake the lead here for Brooklyn. Sally, double. It still gets inside for the deuce. He's got 18 points, 70% from the field. He's been fantastic. Now Christie drives right into a foul. That is the third on Webb. He's got the most on Brooklyn's team, so I want to attack him more and get him out of the ball game. The front end is good from Christie. 10 blocks and 7 steals already for Brooklyn. Those are like end of game numbers, and it's like only 4 minutes past halftime. Their defense has been incredible. We are tied at 59 apiece now. A lot of basketball left. Thomas, no dice. Walker, the rebound. Up ahead to Kylan Moore to put us on top. Abdul Kareem blows by Christie for the deuce. That's actually Cam Thomas, excuse me. But both teams have shot only 42%. It's been a much more defensive game than back in game 1. And it's been really back and forth. David Dennis again cashes in from deep. He has been huge here in game 2. Up and over. That's going to be a bucket for Cam Thomas once again. We are up to 16 lead changes and 10 ties. It is anybody's game, man. Who can come out on top? Walker. Back out to Christie. A foot on the line where the bucket will go. Here's Webb with the dribble pull-up. His jump shot has not really been too online here in this game so far. He's hit a couple, but has been pretty inconsistent. Deep 3. Cobb drops one in. It's a 6-point Aztecs lead, our largest of the entire game. Here's Thomas pulling up. Can't cut our lead in half. And Kylan Moore pulls down the rebounds. He'll look to drive, and he's fouled by Claxton. So here we go. Couple of big free throws to keep the run going. The first one is up and in. Turner, Abdul Kareem back out there for the Nets. The free throws are both online. We've got 43 points off assists, 10 fast break points. Can we keep that up? Here's Avdia, the catch and shoot 3, just not his nights. Jarris Walker misses the mid-range jump shots. Dumped inside, Abdul Kareem left it short but got it back. Jarris Walker's takeover now activated. Julian Turner knocks it down though, it's back to 6. We lob it up, backdoor, it's knocked away, but Walker tracks it down. Dennis, the triple. Off the back iron and out. Uh-oh, Dillingham's open, and he cuts our lead in half. Back to 3. What a play to cut off the pass. Deflected away by Abdul Kareem, and it ends up in the hands of Nick Claxton. Turner to tie it in and out. Lucky break that time for the Aztecs. Jarris Walker finds Young. Dennis gets it. Top of the key. Here's Cobb waiting for the screen for Walker. He'll drive. Back to Walker. Open shots. No good. And Turner rips it down. Abdul Kareem able to draw the foul. Free throws on the way. A big defensive sequence for Brooklyn here. Gotta hit the free throws though, the first of which is good. Sally, Webb, back out there alongside Thomas. The free throws are both online. Bones Highland, Mark Williams, Dylan Young are out there, but Bones has not really played a whole lot here in this game. Now once the fourth quarter comes around, he'll be out there a lot less. What a finish at the hoop for David Dennis. He is playing some fantastic hero ball here in this third quarter. Over the top, back to Claxton off the pick and roll. Brooklyn not going away as we thought. Now Highland makes a pass inside. Williams has it now with the jump shots. That's not part of his game whatsoever. Please never again. Dillingham finds room, puts the Brooklyn Nets back in the lead. After a relatively quiet first half, he's got 9 here in the third quarter, up to 17 on the Knights. You heard what I was saying about him. Dylan Young, baseline fouls. That's number 4 on Webb. Some real foul trouble now for him. First free throw is no good from Dylan Young. Webb will stay out there with those 4 fouls as Young goes 1 for 2. But inside the arc now, off the back iron, too strong from Dillingham. 75-74. Back out, and Dennis can't corral the pass.
The ball goes to
Brooklyn takes over. First overall pick, Kylan Johnson now out there for a few minutes for the Nets to close the third quarter. Abdul Kareem, baseline finish. How did that one go? A 14-3 Brooklyn run in the last 3.5 minutes has quieted this home crowd. And now he turned the ball over again after a bad screen. Out to Abdul Kareem. He knocks it down to double the Nets cushion. A minute left here in the third, and once again, we have let Brooklyn jump back in front. Quick basket there for Mark Williams, and we could use a strong finish to the quarter here. Abdul Kareem, once again, with a couple of dribble moves, gets around Cobb and scores. And we got a 20 seconds clock differential here. Bones cuts, but he's blocked by Turner. Incredible defense once again. Open 3. Abdul Kareem this time cannot take advantage. That would have been a massive shot right there for Brooklyn. Would have been a 9-point lead. Cobb downhill through the contact. It just comes out. But that is the 5th on Webb. Surely we foul him out in the fourth quarter, right? Surely. Cobb has only hit a couple of threes, but otherwise has been really quiet offensively. We need more from him in the fourth quarter. 9 seconds left here into the final quarter of play. Nets have the final shot, and Webb leaves it short. 82-78. We're playing from behind. The fourth quarter is underway. John Cobb only 8 points on 2 for 10. Shooting as Harrison Sally cashes in from deep to start the quarter. Kylan Moore only 4 points since the first quarter. Our stars gotta play their best here to lead us in a comeback effort. But role players gotta step up too, like Jarris Walker and David Dennis and Bone Tylen, Cam Christie, Mark Williams. Here's Cobb from long range. That one dances out. Now just 2 for 11 after hitting his first shot of the game. Abdul Kareem, no good at the rim. Mark Williams, doubled, still finds a way to score. Downhill, Abdul Kareem lays it in for the deuce. He has had a pretty epic second half, and it's been a big part of that Brooklyn run to jump in front once again. Cobb drives and is absolutely hacked. That's number 3 on Thomas. And free throws for John Cobb. He should get him to 10 points on the night, but he has got to shoot the lights out here in the fourth quarter. Still plenty of time left. Now Thomas looks to attack the basket. That one's too strong. Mark Williams pulls down the miss. Here's Bones. Little behind the back move. Really tough shot and ill-advised too. Sally rises, but can't cash in this time. We've got to find some offense. Who can supply it? Christie has been our second best scorer behind Jarrett Swanker here in this game. He's got 14. So does Kylan Moore. Walker's got 15. Highland only has like 2 points. And is going to have to give it to Walker. His three is offline. And Abdul Kareem pulls it down. Now he'll fire a three. That one hits the back iron. No good. They're giving us some chances here. Christie inside to Walker. Below the baskets. Back out to Christie. The offense will look to reset here a little bit. Bones with it. Looks to drive. Back out Walker. Open jumper. Cash. It's only a 2. Thomas drives. Baseline reverse layup. It's denied by Mark Williams. Read that one the whole way. Christie to tie it up. He buries it. 87 apiece now. Coming off a couple of screens. Abdul Kareem not able to put Brooklyn back in front. A 7-0 run by the Aztecs, but Cobb still can't find his shot here in the NBA Finals. Turner behind the back, and it's going to be a blocking foul on Cobb. Not a charge. So free throws for Turner. That was pretty much a shooting foul. First one is good. And the Nets lead by 2. We're going to feed Kylan Moore. He's doubled again. He'll still shoot, but it comes out. Maybe pass out of that next time, bud. Quick three. Thomas drills it. We're going to feed Kylan Moore on the baseline. His layup is wide open and good. It's back to 3. They lob it up, and that one sails out of bounds. What is Avdia thinking? Out to Christie. He will not even consider a three-pointer, but Dennis will, and it just bounces out. Unlucky right there for David Dennis. Just over half the quarter left to play. Thomas again. Cobb has it, waiting for a screen. Steps back behind the line. Finally got one to drop here in the 4th. And it's back to a three-point game. We got to get more good looks like that down the stretch. Back to Sally. Don't leave this guy open. Luckily, he can't capitalize. A 3 can tie it up, but we don't got to go for a 3. We can just take a smart shot and chip away at this very slim Brooklyn lead. Christie back out. Walker bobbles the pass. We keep it, though. Dennis to tie. Off the back iron. Thomas looks like he wants to isolate here against Cam Christie, but picks up his dribble. Good defense by the Aztecs. Avdia continues to miss. Kylan Moore up to Cobb. He crosses over and throws it down over Zach Webb. It's a 1-point game again. Thomas stuffed. He gets it back and throws it up and in. Come on. Out to Cobb to tie it up. No dice. Both benches on their feet right now to close the game. Under 4 minutes left, and Sally left that one short. We can push the tempo here. Walker through contact. Got his own miss back. The offense can reset again. Dennis to Walker. Picked up by Webb. Back out to Dennis. His three is no good. And the rebound is corralled by Harrison Sally. We're just not hitting shots consistently here in the fourth quarter. But it's still a one-score game. Dillingham to Sally. And they're going to call a foul. Free throws for Sally. The first of which bounces out. He's missed a couple of those. 1 for 2. Dennis, or rather Moore, steps back, but why? He had a lane. And it just goes around and out. Gotta play some defense here to give us our best chance to win. Dillingham over the top, heavily contested, but Sally drops it in. 6-point Nets lead. Christie crosses over. Up and under. That will go. Downhill. Thomas. Fouled by Christie, his third. Almost got the and one that time. First free throw is on. And the back end is out. They're missing a couple of free throws. The door is still wide open. We can take advantage. Just got to hit a couple of jump shots, fellas. Come on. You don't want to go down 2-0. Kylan Moore draws the foul on Sally, but we have yet to foul Webb out. And there's 2:08 left to go. I just can't believe this. For the second straight game, we have failed to foul out one of their big men, and that could be a big chance to start scoring inside the paint again. But they also have Claxton coming off their bench, who's a great inside defender, so who really knows for sure, but at least get one of their good offensive players off the floor, right? That shot's no good from Thomas. 3-point game. It's not over yet. Don't gotta force anything dumb. And Kylan Moore wants the ball in crunch time. The fadeaway, no good. Where have we seen that before? Now Thomas looks to attack the basket, and Christie right now is getting picked on. 26 for Cameron Thomas. Kylan Moore, do not fade away, please. He's blocked! And Sally gets the rebounds. Webb to Avdia. Offline. Thankfully, a quick shot right there from Brooklyn. We still can win this game. We keep going to Kylan Moore down the stretch. He is yet to really capitalize until right there, but we got to do more than just hit twos. Thomas again blows by Christie. Come on, man. Play some defense. Where's the help? It's back to a 5-point lead. We have to call timeouts. 49 seconds left. We gotta score fast here. Kylan Moore again backing down. Sally blocked again. Gets it back. You gotta go up. He does. He's fouled. It's not gonna go. You gotta hit the free throws, get a stop, and now hit a 3 to force overtime. That's what it takes. And he misses the front end. I'm gonna cry. No. No, man. No, not like this. You can't miss the free throws now. 4-point game. Oh, we almost got a turnover. But now they can just save it. They lob it up, and it's the emphasis from Dillingham. 25.3 left. This is just a sad way to end this game. We're showing some real fight the whole time. And we're taking too long to find a good look. Moore missed again. He's just not built for the late game moments right now. Defense is too tough on him. And it is looking grim right now for the Aztecs in game 2. A 41-41 team made their way all the way to the NBA Finals, and now we're seeing why. This team has so much firepower, but their defense is what has really stood out here in Game 2. And it's going to lead them to a 2-0 series lead as Christie misses the shot, will foul one last time with 0.7 left. We failed to foul out Sally back in Game 1. We failed to foul out Zach Webb in Game 2. And I think it has cost us both times. But our stars have not played their best here in either of these games, and the Brooklyn Nets take a 2-0 series lead here in the NBA Finals. We lose the first 2 games at home, and now we have to go on the road with really a must-win game coming up in Game 3. Wow. The Brooklyn Nets do it again, outscoring us by 6 in the fourth quarter on the way to the win. Their defense was incredible all game long. And despite Kylan Moore being our top scorer, I think Harrison Sally was the difference maker in this game. He puts up 26 points, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks, 9 for 15 from the field, holding Moore to 6 for 17. And we just did not make enough plays down the stretch. Jarris Walker, 1 for 7 from downtown. Cobb, 3 for 9. Cobb also just did not shoot well at all this game, worse than last game. And Dennis had a couple of good moments there in that third quarter, but then was pretty much held in check in the entire fourth quarter. Dylan Young, 2 for 8 off the bench. Offense coming at an absolute premium right now for the Aztecs in the biggest moments of this season. Cam Thomas, as I knew would happen, had a way better game than Game 1, and it's enough to put the Nets over the edge. Webb only shot 4 for 13. Both teams not really shooting threes all that well in this game, but 40% for the Aztecs is our worst playoff game shooting wise, I believe, in the entire season. So that has to improve. You might want to think about a couple of rotation tweaks to figure things out. The Nets had more offensive rebounds, more bench points, more points inside the paint, 9 more second chance points, more steals, more blocks, less turnovers. And they end up with the win. It was close, but they pulled away in the last couple of minutes. And we just never really went on like a big offense run. We had a couple of spurts here and there, but never had a big run to really take a commanding lead. And we blew a lead back in Game 1. The Nets take control here in this one. And now our backs are against the wall. We have to win this next game on the road. It's going to come in Brooklyn. I will see y'all there. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, subscribe, leave your feedback down below, and I will see y'all in the next one. Take care. Have a great day.